That's why you have to shape your belief around what you truly desire and what you really want. That's the first step of it all. It's what you're telling yourself. That's why I'm harnessing in so much on mindset, because if you feel that you're poor, you're going to give yourself a poor reality. Back with another video. It's the financial homie here to give you some information about what I was talking about in that last video. When I was talking about everything is better when you know your numbers, that is the beginning to the all-weather, recession-proof financial house. That's what we all want anyway. We want to make sure that we can sustain any storm, anything that may happen to us, and any recession. We want to know that we're good. So, like I told you, we're going down the path to being rich. That's the whole point. You have to ask yourself, where do I spend my money? The money that I make, which is my income, check that, financial word, income. The money that I make that goes into my pocket is my income from the output that I gave at a job, right? On the counter of that, you have expenses. Expenses is what you spend your money on, i.e., for example, bills. Other than that, you may have what Robert Kiyosaki called doodads, nothing but liabilities, things that you like. You know what I'm saying? You might like a yacht, you might like cars, you might like shoes, your vices in other words. You have to know that your expenses can eat up your income, and if you don't track what your income is, then you'll never know technically what it is that you make, and then you can't fill in your financial hole. Because the whole point is to actually have a financial house that can stand up, not on sticks, but on rocks. It's to actually have a financial house made of bricks, not hay. You know, if the big bad whoop ever does come, it just don't blow you away. You feel me? So the whole point of all of this is to have an all-weather, recession-proof financial house. But you ask, what do I do? I'm down and out. I'm tired of being broke. I don't have any money. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. Or what some may be living paycheck to Monday. You get paid Friday, and on Monday, you ain't got no money. So now you're basically waiting a whole nother 2 weeks or a weekend, so many days for another paycheck. Well, we all are there. Well, I won't say we all, but we've all been there. We've all felt that. And if you felt that, you know how that feels. Mine, you don't feel that you can do anything different. That's why you have to shape your belief around what you truly desire and what you really want. That's the first step of it all. It's what you're telling yourself. That's why I'm harnessing in so much on mindset, because if you feel that you're poor, you're gonna give yourself a poor reality. But if you're not rich now, but maybe in a poor environment, but you think rich and you start moving rich, well, you'll have the riches eventually. You know what I'm saying? They say be, do, have. You be a little bit, do a little bit, and then you'll have a little bit. You know what I'm saying? From being, we are human beings, as they say. We're not human doers. So you have to put your being first and then go to do. You know, what you think is what you will act upon. How you feel, which is not the best thing to go by, but we go by, it leads us down a rabbit hole. These numbers that's located on your bank statement, which tells you the money that comes in, money that goes out, is also how you can draw up your income statement. So that's 3 words already. Income, expenses, income statement. 3 things. And one of them is a financial statement, so it's good to know. These are your progress reports or your report cards that the bank care about. They want to know how much money you make, how much money you spend, and if you're a person that actually spend more than you make, or do you actually have more than you make. So the whole thing is, the whole point of this money game, the whole point of the money game period, it's not about what you make, it's about what you keep. Now, it took me a minute to understand that in itself. What do you mean by it's not about what I make, it's about what I keep? It's one simple solution. For every dollar you make, does it go and buy an asset? That's it. That's literally what it means. It's not about what you make, but about what you keep. So the keeping part is not about saving or hoarding money. It's about actually making money work for you. It's actually putting money in the position that you're in, which is technically a slave, you know what I'm saying? Because really this game of capitalism is split down the middle between slaves and owners, producers, consumers, asset buyers, asset consumers or liability consumers. You get what I'm going? Your liabilities will make you a slave for the dollar, but the owner is actually the person that enslaves their dollar to the dollar, so that way it makes more. So they don't have to get caught up in this game of more. But in order to start this whole process, you must have a peace of mind. Mind clarity is where this all begins. And that peace of mind starts with, are you covering your expenses with your income? Because if not, it's going to cause more stress than a little bit. And that stress is bad. I mean, real bad. So know your numbers. Understand your numbers. Look at your income, your expenses on your bank statement. Write down how much money you spend in each category. Understand what's your biggest category. Look at your subscriptions. Look at your food. Look at your gas in your car. Gas went up. That's something you should look at. Car note, car insurance, rent, miscellaneous things that you may spend money on. Childcare if you have a child. I don't know, just look at your finances, look at that bank statement and draw things out to know where you spend your money. Because what your dollar consumes, it actually presents your reality. Sounds crazy, right? The thing that your dollar consumes gives you your reality. So for example, if you're a big time sneakerhead, your dollar is going to consume sneakers. Simple. And it's going to reflect you being a sneakerhead. That's it. You know what I'm saying? If you're a person that just work, pay your bills, well, that's all your dollar consumed. So when you don't have that moment where you feel like you got memories because you don't travel here, there, or don't went and ate here, and here, it's because all you've been doing is working and paying bills. It's what your dollar has been consuming. So be mindful of what your dollar consumes. What does your dollar eat? Because that is really your appetite. You are the person that controls your dollar. So be active in the movement of it. Simple. The last point I'm making, all of this, after you look at your numbers, ask yourself one question. Do I need, and I put emphasis on need, do I need or want an increase? This increase is pertaining to your income surplus. Because if you're living in an income deficit or just at that line of where your income equals your expenses, you're gonna still feel like you're suffocating. You're gonna still feel like you're drowning. You're gonna still feel like you're not adequate. So in order to give yourself some room to breathe, create a surplus. That surplus can allow you to invest. That surplus can allow you to, what some people say, plan for a rainy day. Well, as I would say, we don't plan for no rainy days. Why would I plan for a rainy day? That's basically saying my dollar is being used or will be used for a rainy day. How about I know my car needs maintenance and let's just create a little fund for that and put my money over there. That's a little budgeting tip. We're gonna talk about budgeting. We're gonna go deeper into that. That's a whole nother topic. But the whole point is, do not fall victim to not having a surplus. That's how everyone gets ahead. It's about what you keep, but it's also about what you make. If you don't make enough and you have more bills than you do have money, well, it's either gonna have to trim the fat or you're gonna have to expand your income. I would tell you expand your income, because what you probably have over here is maybe some things that you do need. Not saying it's always right. It might not be completely true. You might have a super high interest on a car note. You might have a super high interest on a car, and that requires you to pay this extorted car note. With that being said, that's something you might need to look at, but you can't even look at that until you get your credit right. So you see how knowing your numbers really go into play with everything. Knowing your numbers is knowing your income, your expenses, and your credit score. Because knowing your credit score leads you to look at your credit report. Your credit report technically tells you your net worth. Your net worth is the money that either you owe or the assets that you own. So, that being said, there you have it. Remember. Ask yourself, do you need or want an increase? And after you determine if you needing means you're drowning, means you need to get out of financial trouble today, immediately. Like right now, you need to get out. You're probably gonna have to, 9 times out of 10, gonna have to go get a second job. Now, that's deep for me to say that, because I'm not gonna say I don't believe in a second job notion. I've had multiple jobs and multiple seasons. That's not the problem. The problem is we're working for $1 and we're trading time for money. That's not how the rich think. So the problem is, in this need path, you can only be here for a short period of time before you realize that being in this mode of working multiple jobs is nothing but trading time and trading money for time. You don't really get further ahead. You have to start not working for money in order to get ahead. You have to work for a skill. You have to work to learn something. You have to just work to know that the work you're doing is getting you closer to the goal that you're getting to. So the way I would put it is, if you're on the need path, you need to create a plan, get that second job, and then put that money to work. You put that money to work by looking into assets. We're gonna talk about that whole asset thing because it's all relative to your pocket. Not what this man down the street saying, not what Mr. Jones down here saying, not what Mr. Moore saying, not what any of that. Literally all based on your pocket. That's it. Relative to your pocket. If you got 10,000, you can invest 10,000. But if you only got 1,000, you gotta look for the $1,000 investment. If you got $10, you gotta look for that $10 investment. You just have to be looking, but you got to change your mind in order to even see these things and to know that there is an opportunity out there for you. So like I said, you need to understand if you're on that need or want path. That want path is saying, hey, my job right now covers my income. My job right now actually covers all my expenses. I'm good. So really, only thing I really have to do is start investing in myself, working harder on myself than I do on my job. And I go from there. Now, I'm not knocking a job. If you want to work a job, work a job. You know what I'm saying? Be part of that. But also look for new ways to innovate that job. You know what I'm saying? Make that job better. Be an intrapreneur, not an entrepreneur, but an intrapreneur is a person that has an entrepreneur mindset that's actively looking to solve problems. That's all an entrepreneur is. And they're actually putting that system into play inside of a company that they're with. That's it. With that being said, know your need or want path. That's the whole point of this message today. Know your need or want path, and then develop your plan and put your money to work. If you're on the want path, like I said, it's simple. Only thing you got to do is harness in the gift, talent, or skill, or discover the gift or talent that God gave you. Go get you a skill, whether you pay for it, whether you already have it, whether you already got it from a job, it doesn't matter. Look at yourself, take a self-inventory, take that to the marketplace, which is the value. That's the value you take into the marketplace, and watch you get paid for helping others. That's how it goes, that's the equation. But first you have to change that mindset to believe that you can do it, know that there's hope out there for you to do it, and that change is literally one action, one decision away from you getting your best life. And with that being said, we're going to flourish, we're going to get to the other side. And if you feel like you're a financial savior, continue to lay down your life for your family to get to that financial promised land. Because once you said that you wanted to be rich, that was your financial promised land. That's my financial promised land, and I'm just trying to take my people there. And if you are part of my tribe, let's get there, baby. Let's get there. So with that being said, wrapping up this video, comment, like, subscribe, share the video, pass it to your friend. Giving nothing but free game on finance. I talk everything finance. Hit me up. You know what I'm saying? Follow me on Instagram, The Financial Homie. Follow me on Twitter, Financial Homie. I'm out here. I'm all in Atlanta. Find me anywhere. If you see me, holla at me. Let's talk finance. Let's talk finance. And let's talk finance. Down the road, there's gonna be some more things unraveling. Like I'm gonna unravel a text messaging group. Got some things in the future just to keep things a little bit more interactive and make sure everything is impactful and that you can actually walk away and make a financial change today. That's the whole point. And on that note, we're checking out. Till next time, beam me up. We out.